Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Blind Banter Podcast. My name is Lorne, and I'm here with my co-host, Carlos. Carlos, how are you today?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Good.
Have you?
So, sorry?
Go ahead.
You guys are going to be in for a very interesting podcast already because Carlos kind of, I guess, touched on what he wants to talk about. So we'll let him take it away.
Well, I think it's just going to be a general banter session as we've recorded in the past. But I particularly want to bring up a topic that Lorne characterized me as, and he characterized me recently in a paper we're writing about the podcast as soft-spoken. And I took very, very strong offense to that term of me, somebody characterizing me as soft-spoken, because the connotation of soft-spoken in my mind, can conjure somebody who talks like this. You can hear them. And, they're the type of person that you can just push over and they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry for getting in your way. That type of person. And Lorne said that was what I was. And I can't believe that he sees me that way. Lorne, explain yourself.
So first off, completely wrong. Soft-spoken is just someone that's, not as loud and as boisterous as a lot of other people. And I think I've got many podcasts now to prove that you are not the type of person that gets all high and crazy and tries to hit all different types of tones and octaves in your voice, that you just pretty much stay very mellow and chill. And
That's
there's
just a
absolutely nothing.
low-spoken voice, bro. That's not soft-spoken.
There is nothing wrong with being soft-spoken. There's many CEOs and many, very rich people that are very soft-spoken. There are a lot of people in the world that are soft-spoken. It's not a bad thing. And by the way, let's preface, it's not a paper. It is a submission for the Lime Network's Limelight Video Contest 2020. So you better vote for us, everybody, because we could definitely use it. That was very soft.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear your question. I got distracted by something that came up here. No, but I just think that, to me, I think the biggest difference is our definition of soft-spoken, right? Because soft-spoken, like I said, to me, connotes someone who, like I said, if you push them, they're like, I'm sorry for getting in your way. That's the type of soft-spoken.
That's being extremely passive. That's nothing to do with aggression levels or how you stand up for yourself. You can be soft-spoken. Like, look at who was it? Was it Muhammad Ali that says float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Last time I checked, butterflies are pretty they're considered a soft animal.
Yeah, but until you get the butterfly,
What?
Until you get the butterfly. The whole point is, I'm not going to try to sit here and argue with you about butterflies or bees. The whole point is, I don't consider myself soft-spoken, and I thought that was offensive. I really did.
Okay, well, let me be
an apology.
Well, I've already apologized because supposedly I apologize that I caused some undue hardship towards you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. And here's the thing that I want to establish. Okay. I don't think being soft-spoken, there's anything wrong with it. I don't. I think that there are people, we need all kinds of people, right? There's different, everyone's unique, and that's good, right? If everyone was like me or like Lorne, the world would be a terrible place. Or if anyone was like anyone,
like me, I'd be incredible.
If everyone was like a single personality type, the world would be a terrible place. What I took offense with was the fact that Lorne characterized me as being soft-spoken when I don't consider myself to be soft-spoken. And I'm glad that he apologized, and I'm glad that we can move on from this topic.
Right. Now, if you were closer and it wasn't COVID, I'd say let's hug and make up.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to visit Lorne because of the COVID pandemic. I'd like to make it back up to Canada at some point, but unfortunately right now, a lot of limitations in place on campus. I mean, Lorne, what are your situations looking like?
Well, they've just opened it up about a little less than a week ago for what they call stage 3. So now everything's open to the public, and malls are up and going. But in Ottawa, you have you have to wear a mask at all times in any indoor situation. So they're doing that. They're limiting a lot of people depending on what kind of store you go into. There can be literally only like 2 people in a store up to maybe 15 to 20 people.
So let me
They're
ask you about your mask. Is it one of those nice paisley ones with like little flowers on the side and like nice little tassels, or what's your mask looking like?
No, mine's actually so it's just blue fabric, and it's kind of like a cottony type fabric, and it's got 2 straps that, so one kind of goes over my head and then the other one goes around my neck. And my wife, being a fashion designer, made me one, so it works awesome. There's like a little slidey thing at the back of it, so when I put it on my neck, I can tighten it just by sliding this little, well, she calls it a pumpkin, but it's got a little button, so you push it down and then you can slide it
Oh,
all over. Yeah. And then I've got the top part, so then I can leave it kind of underneath my chin. And then whenever I need to go to use it, I can just flip it over my head and away we go. So it works
here's
really
a,
well.
I should. Well, you don't have Venmo, but I'll PayPal you some money. You guys should send me a mask or a couple of them.
Yeah.
Since
We
your wife
can.
is a fashionista.
Well, I've been
I
really
know you
looking at.
objected to me. The first thing that came to mind when I think of somebody sewing is a seamstress, and I know you took offense to me using that word, so I stopped using it. I'm not going to be like you, where I'm going to defend my position and say, "Well, your wife is a seamstress." I'm just saying, right? Like, no, obviously, if you say I don't like that, then it's like, okay, fine,
No,
I'll
no,
accept
no,
that.
no. Realistically, to me, it doesn't matter. I know she likes to design more than repair. Like, she likes to create an article. She doesn't like to repair an existing article. So I don't know. It's in the fashion world. I just go with whatever she does. But the one that I'm really, really looking at is the sports mask by Under Armour. This thing looks so awesome, and I guess it's designed for working out and for well, for sports wise. But supposedly it's supposed to be really easy to breathe in, and it's just as good as all my other Under Armour stuff. So I'm
Wait, wait,
really
wait, wait,
considering.
wait, wait. I don't understand the concept of a sports mask that makes it easier for you to breathe, but yet still maintains the same level of particular, like, filters the same level of stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that I again, I think it has a lot to do with the different types of material, because they said as long as you have some form of cloth over top of your face, then you're okay. But it all really depends on, like, this apparently has like a lot of microfibers to them, so it's very micro porous, and it's a little bit better, or it's a tighter weave, I guess, than cotton is. So for whatever they do, it's supposedly, like, a lot of people were saying that it's a lot easier to breathe in, especially when you're, I don't know, like when you're working out and when you're playing sports. So I'm just a big Under Armour fanatic. So I was like, oh,
Their stock price is terrible. There
oh
seems to
yeah,
not be very many of you left.
oh yeah, okay.
Under Armour. I think it was just run very badly as a company. We won't. Let's not opine on that. We'll go into a long discussion about.
Well,
Um,
the one thing I like is that I can buy a shirt for like $40, or if I go out to the outlet, I can get them for like 25 to 30, and they literally are a lifetime warranty. Like, I had a shirt that just failed on me. Part of the seam let go like 3 months ago, and I had this shirt for 5-ish years. Called them up. They said, yeah, no problems. They paid
so
for
just
me to send it back to them, and as soon as they got it and they checked it, they said, yeah, no problems. We'll email you a gift card. They emailed me a gift card. Away I go.
so how much is this mask? Do you know? It's like
35.
$30.
Yeah.
See, that's absurd, man. $35 for
Oh,
a mask.
trust me, I know. Especially when it's the same price as a shirt.
Right, right. Like,
Like,
well,
it looks
especially
cool
when,
though.
okay, you don't really need, they could say we offer a lifetime warranty. If we need a lifetime warranty on a mask, I feel like there's a problem because ideally we get rid of this in a year, right? At least. So that's kind of, I was interested in it until you told me it was $35.
Well,
I
no,
bet
that's
how
Canadian.
many
That's Canadian.
masks? Okay, I'm sure it's still like $28 here in the States. I'm not willing to pay more than $20 for one mask. How much would your wife charge me for some masks?
Probably the cost of shipping.
Like a couple, like probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, she normally charges $5 Canadian per mask.
Okay, that's not bad. That's only, let's see. I'm a math whiz, so I should be able to figure this out. 375.
What?
375. Because generally the US dollar is 1 Canadian is about 75 cents US.
Oh, that way.
Siri,
Okay,
watch.
gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, all right. We'll talk about this off air. Maybe we'll set something up. Make sure your wife agrees first, because I don't want her to be like, I never agreed to this, Lorne. Now you're committing me to this?
No, you know what though? I'll make sure that she puts like little puppies and ponies, like, because I know a lot of people don't know this, but I know Carlos is into My Little Pony, so I'll definitely get some branded merch up for you.
Why don't you have her put some?
What do they call them? Is it a brony? Yeah, it's a brony, right?
What's a brony? It's a brony. I've never heard of it.
Oh, a brony?
Yes.
Those are from what I understand, those are the adults and stuff that are into the My Little Pony series.
Oh my god. See, that to me is crazy. You're an adult person and you're interested. Well, I mean, everyone has their interest, right? Let me not sit here and belittle people acting as though I'm righteous and I don't have some pretty ridiculous interests. I'm the person here who sits here and watches South Park, all right? So I guess I'm not the most mature person, but it just always interests me when I see things like this, right? You see people like I remember when I was in high school, there was one girl who goes, I had such a stressful day yesterday. I just had to go home and watch SpongeBob. And I'm like, hold on. Did I just hear that? You just went home and like watched a cartoon? Like,
I washed my stress away under the sea.
Like, you watched Patrick and that just cheered you up?
He's so hot.
Is there Canadian SpongeBob? Is there Canadian SpongeBob?
No, I don't think so.
Much nicer.
Hey, SpongeBob, eh? How are you doing, eh?
Right.
Wow, you're such a hoser.
SpongeBob Trudeau.
Yeah. No, I don't. No, it's in English, so I think everything should be. I don't know. I don't ever watch that series. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode. Like, I've seen little clips here and there, but.
So, well, for any listeners that don't know, Lorne grew up in the Willy Wags, so that's kind of why I'm going to ask this next question. Did you have TV growing up?
The where?
The Willy Wags.
The Willy Wags.
You've never heard that term?
Is that like an extension of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory?
No, the Willy Wags is like the middle of nowhere.
No.
Lorne grew up in a desolate, barren plain in a Canadian province in the plains that is known for its lakes. In fact, yeah, I think it has over 100,000 lakes.
Yeah.
Can anyone figure it out?
Yeah, we should start the next series with naming every single one of them.
No, but anyways, for real though, did you have TV growing up?
Yes.
That got more than like 2 channels?
Yes.
Now,
yeah, because one time we got 3, so yeah, it's more than the 2.
Wait, but you guys didn't have like satellite dishes? Well, I'm trying to think when we got our satellite dish. I feel like that was like 2006, 2007. So that might have been when you're older. You still had to listen to the radio. Think about that for a second.
So when I was young, like when I was super young, we had a lot of like VHS, and I think we had just basic because I was born in the city. So we had like 30 channels.
Hilariously named city. That's all I'll say about it.
And then, and then we moved out there, and then, so no, there was a chunk of my life where I didn't have like cable or anything, and it was just more so like Sega Genesis, or we were watching like VHS movies.
So how'd you get like the news and stuff like that? Did you guys read the paper? Or listen to the news? Like, in Canada today, 2,000 people have been outside calling for justice. You know, like, you know how the old 50s newsreels, They're like,
Yeah.
President Kennedy was here in Dallas today.
Yeah.
10,000 people packed the plazas, like the launch of the first satellite, like I still like that. I'm like, man, when did they stop talking like that? Now they just sound like
The proper ways.
Right. Now they're like, hello, everyone. Good evening. And today, more updates on XYZ. Back then it would have been like, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 nights, the president has finally announced a resolution. Like it was they embellished it so much better, man.
Yeah, well, nowadays everyone likes to drop the T's. So, which I can't really watch TV anymore because I'm sorry, but when a reporter is dropping T's, this is very important. It's like, wait, what? Isn't it important? And then you start seeing the way that our lexicon is moving, and yeah, I just can't quite watch the TV the same way. But back then it was more so, yeah, like I used to listen to a lot of news talk radio. I started listening to that when I was 11. Yeah, I was 11, and we would listen to news talk radio. But also, we only ever had AM radio for the longest time, especially out in the tractors and stuff. They never had FM radios. So, and if we did, we couldn't really get anything out in the middle of the field. So it was just more so AM, and it was either country music or like country talk radio. So
what's Canadian country like? Do they still talk about like beers and women and trucks?
Yeah, it's definitely the same as the American ones.
I love. There's this. I re-listened to what is it? Carrie Underwood's song.
Yeah.
Before he cheats. It's
I knew some people that were exactly like that.
Saskatchewan, that were like,
yeah.
I already carved my name into his leather seats. Great thing, I don't have a car, so like I'm not saying I would cheat on my girlfriend, but like I guess the positive of being blind is I don't have a car for them to do that to. So what would it be about? I stole his dog, like, so he can't go anywhere.
I carved my name into the leather of his harness.
He doesn't know that I took his dog. Snap my cane over my knee.
You know what? Kudos to whoever wants to try to snap a cane over their knee.
It's actually, well, it depends on the kind of cane. You get a graphite cane and it's a lot easier to snap.
Yeah, but man, there's still be some pretty sharp shards.
Yeah, that's true. Is that what the song would be about? A blind person? Like, I took his cane, snapped it over my knee. His dog loves me,
Yeah.
Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. No, but oh, dude, there's also something hilarious that I listened to. So I listened to this video where there's a fight going on at McDonald's, right? Because these ladies were paid with a 50 at McDonald's, right? $50 bill. They put it on the counter, and this guy, obviously, right? He's going, well, let me check it, right, with a marker, because of course, who brings in a $50 bill at McDonald's and expects not to get checked, right? I know that. But these ladies got angry about it. They're like, why are you checking it? You don't trust us, yada, yada, right? So they slapped this guy, tried to come behind the counter and beat him up. And this guy, takes off running in another direction. They're chasing him. All of a sudden he shows up with like a lead pipe and just starts beating these ladies down. And no, hold on. This was what I thought was like, there's this one lady there, she's just yelling, stop it! Stop it! Oh my God, stop it! And I'm just thinking, like, man, you are not making it better. Like, you think this guy's gonna go, all right. She asked me to stop, so I'm gonna stop.
Well, what do you expect? Okay, you literally bum rush a guy, and
Not only this, but this dude had like a manslaughter charge, from what I understand, from before. Like, he had been released from prison. So, like, this dude already had a checkered past, and this is the reason, right? This is why you don't walk up to random people and slap them. Like, you never know who they are. Like, you could think Lorne is just some innocent guy who's soft-spoken, and next thing you know, it turns out he's got a cane he'll beat you up with, like.
You know what? It's so funny you should say, well, I didn't quite use the cane, but when I was younger, I remember giving out Halloween candy. I would have been maybe 15-ish, I want to say. Yeah, maybe, yeah, about maybe a little younger. Anyways, I'm giving out candy, and it was like 9:30 at night. And I get a knock at the door, and I go, okay, well, what the heck? So there's like these two older kids that are probably, I don't know, maybe a couple years younger than I am. But, they were definitely way too old to really be trick-or-treating. And they're not even wearing anything. They're just wearing like their jackets. And they're like trick-or-treating. I'm like, dude, it was done at 8. We're like, because of being in a small town. And he slapped me. He literally like slapped me, and he goes, I'll tell you when it's done. So I chased him off the property with a fly swatter.
With what?
A fly swatter.
Ah.
So, and
not quite as effective as a lead pipe, but.
Well, no, but I didn't have one of those handy.
Right. Nowadays, you can do it with your cane with a ball tip. Those are actually quite hard. Have you ever hit a wall with it? Like one time, I like to twirl my cane. And one time I hit a wall with it so hard from like a twirling session. And like, God, it dented the plaster, man. Like those things are hardcore. If it hits you, you're not going to just be like, shake it off, like.
See, Carlos, I'm sure you'd look real cute as a cheerleader. You should try it out.
Maybe.
Do the cane twirling and everything.
Right, I thought about giving it a try.
Okay. No, give me a C, give me an A, give me an N, give me an E. What does it spell? Cane. No, I've never used an actual ball tip on mine. I always have the marshmallows. So, I've always used the roller marshmallow tips.
I never liked them, man. Marshmallow tips are just, I don't know. When I was younger, I used pencil tips, then marshmallow tips, and then I found the ball tip, and that's what I've used ever since. It's just my thing now because it rolls so much better. Why don't you like them?
I've never really liked them. Well, I tried them once in my orientation session, and I just gravitated towards the marshmallow tip. But I also walk really quickly, so I've always really liked using
I'm also
the feedback.
a fast walker, Lorne.
Well, good for you. But
faster than you. We were gonna do a cane race. Remember? I forgot about that. We were gonna do a race when you came to Philadelphia. This was before the pandemic. You were planning on coming to Philadelphia at some point, and we were gonna do a race down the street with our canes to see who got there faster.
Well, I'm just gonna grab a dog.
Well, my dog is faster than your dog.
It depends.
No, I think he is. Every time.
No. Every time.
Yes, he is, bro. See, okay, you're challenging me again. Next thing you know, you're gonna call me soft-spoken. Look, what's next? What insult is next on your list?
How am I gonna microaggress Carlos?
Right, these are very painful, Lorne. Like the history of people saying I'm soft-spoken. I used to be soft-spoken. That's why it bothers me so much, is because I used to be soft-spoken, and I used to be that type of guy. And now I've matured and I've come out of my shell, and here you are calling me soft-spoken again. That is so painful.
So just to let everybody know, we have a living document right now because we're submitting it for the upcoming Limelight video test or video contest. So he actually has the ability to change it, but he'd rather just talk about it than change it.
I will be. Oh, don't you worry about it. I will be changing it. I just dislike that you characterized me in that way from the beginning.
Hey, I call myself large, okay? So yeah, there you go.
I'm not going to use the epithet that I used against Lorne yesterday, but that's how painful I felt. I called Lorne fat. I didn't just call him fat. I called him a fat effer. But regardless, I was like, that's how painful it is to me, Lorne. What if I said it?
It's so bad. The pain is so real.
Right. No, but in all reality, we got to do that race though now. Now you're challenging me. We got to do first round with our canes, Your wife Christy can be the judge. You know, she'll give the awards out, and winner buys the loser lunch.
Okay, well, I'm already up a lunch, so it's okay. So if you
I'll
win,
take you to
if you win, then
McDonald's.
it's
You can get anything you want off the dollar menu.
all right. All right. We don't even have that in Canada anymore. We used to.
You don't have a dollar menu.
No, now it's like the extra value meal or the extra value menu, but it's all like almost $2 now. Or sorry, I think you get like a hamburger for $1.39.
Like
Or $1.69 or something.
How much is a McDouble? I think you could still get a McDouble for $1 here. No, maybe it's $2. No,
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think they have the dollar menu here either. They have the $2, $3, $4 menu.
No, I think it's like $2.50. Like
McDouble's
we always just get the McDouble meal because it's $5 and you can't go wrong.
What is it? Medium drink, medium fries?
Yeah, a medium drink, medium fry, and then a McDouble for $5.
Yeah, good stuff.
So it's not bad.
Right. Yeah. I don't like going to McDonald's. Like I don't make it a habit, but I can't say like I don't go there. McDonald's, send us some sponsorship money down there. You know? Take it.
It fills the gullet.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
Right. Exactly. Anyways. Yeah.
Or we could do a 40 nugget challenge like I did with my brother a few years back.
I could totally do that, bro.
Yeah, we did. We had a contest where we had 40 nuggets each, and we had to see how fast we could eat them in.
How about this? 40 nuggets, no sauces whatsoever.
No, that's not happening. Because it's so bland.
I could do that.
Dude,
well, what do you mean? The nuggets have their own flavors, man.
Not in Canada. They are so bland and
must use
dry.
those small Canadian chickens. Like yesterday, I was eating some chicken wings, and they came from some roided up chickens, man. They were so big. Like, those chickens had all manner of steroids. They had more steroids than Alex Rodriguez during his prime, you know? They were taking those testosterone gummies, man. They were ridiculously large.
Just chewing it, go, yep, there's human
like,
growth
just to give
more.
No, eating enough of those chicken wings made me go from being soft-spoken to larger than life. The roles have switched here. But anyways, yeah, those chicken wings were ridiculous. But my sister picked one up.
Yeah.
She picked one up. She goes, "What the heck kind of chicken is this?" It's like, I've never seen one this big. I'm like, I don't know. They're good, but man, those are some interesting chickens.
I wonder what the breasts look like.
Oh my god.
Or thighs.
What are those Canadian chickens? Like, are they still huge or are they little small ones?
Well, it all depends on which ones you get, right? Because you can get like a Cornish hen and they're so tiny, or you can get like a bantam and they're medium size, and there's so many different sizes.
Yeah.
Like talking about weird types of mixtures. There's actually there's a company in Canada that's selling salmon, but they mix it with an eel to really get them stronger. So they've mutated it with an eel.
So this is like some weird salmon eel looking thing. What does it look like? Is it like long, but you can eat it?
It's like a long salmon that's really big.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just imagine these things. A salmon eel looking thing just swimming out of the river, you know what I mean? Like,
well, no,
it's man-made stuff right there.
It's like Blinky off of Simpsons there. The three-eyed fish.
What's next? For dog lovers who still love cats, we introduce the I don't know, like the cog? Like
the meog. The meog.
Meog. It guides you, but it also leaves you alone at the end of the day, you know?
An attack meog. Yeah, no, it's just strange. Like I was watching a thing on YouTube and they were talking about like this was out of the UK and it was a few years back, and they were talking about the cows that they're using now. Literally holy cow. It's almost like 1.5 times the size of a normal cow, but it's just solid muscle. It's just all muscle, and it's right up
Look at all
like
those
to
steaks.
this. Oh, jeez, dude! Like it was nuts. Like they were saying that they had to get reinforced corrals for them because they're a lot stronger than the normal ones. So they were denting the normal.
What is this leading to, though? You got to wonder, like, how is eating all of this roided up cow and chicken and everything, like, how is this affecting us? You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some kind of effect from eating roided up cows. Like,
I don't know if I really want to know. I'm sure eventually it'll show up, but
because it's obviously not imposing the roids on us, you know? Like, I'm not like, oh man, I ate this guy. You know, that guy eats a lot of steak because look at how ripped he is, you know? Like,
a performance enhancing drug is now going to be a steak.
well, you know, there are some UFC fighters who like have gotten tested positive, and then they're like, yeah, I ate some kangaroo meat that had some, you know, and that's probably what caused the positive test. Because in some countries, actually, the meat has steroids to the point where you can eat them and you will test positive for the metabolites. So, I mean, how concerning is that, right? People are like, oh, no, that doesn't happen here in America. But I'm just wondering what other metabolites we would test positive for. You know, maybe not like D-ball and all these other steroids, but like what other unknown man-made steroids are we testing positive for right now?
Yeah, it's ugh.
That's why I get the authentic grass to beef cattle.
Grass to beef
Grass-fed.
cattle.
Yeah, grass to burger, you know?
Grass to
bun.
table.
We don't feed it anything but real grass. None of that soccer turf stuff. Get some Impossible meat. I heard it's pretty good. I just don't like that it doesn't come with as much protein. Like, you look at the serving sizes, and the calories are about the same, but the protein levels are not. And I don't like that. I think it should have more protein. Hear us out, Impossible Foods people. People like me need more protein. We don't need less.
Well, all I'm going to say is I was raised around a lot of cattle farms, and there wasn't a lot of Impossible meat around.
Those Impossible cows? What do those Impossible cows look like? See, that's another thing, right? We're going, oh my God, let's start eating more Impossible foods. And we're literally making it. Like, we complain, there's people who complain when they get, like, not grass-fed beef, right? They eat grass-fed and all natural stuff. But yet you go out and buy an Impossible patty, which is, like, no, under any definition, is going to be considered natural. You know what I mean? Like, I don't disagree with it, but I just think it's funny how people, like, say, oh, I want to eat more natural foods and I want to eat, like, cage-free eggs and all this stuff. Yet you go and buy a burger that's literally grown in a lab.
Yeah.
Quite the contradiction.
I'm totally okay with, you know, because at the end of the day, there's cows are still going to be alive, so might as well utilize them.
Yeah, might as well have some nice steaks while we can.
But for the longest time, like, my meat never came on a styrofoam tray. So it literally came from my uncle's pasture to the butcher, then to our freezer.
You literally see it, like, that's going to be a burger next week, Lorne. You best enjoy it.
I would help deliver them to the butcher, so I knew exactly which one I was eating.
There are some people who can't handle that, man.
Yeah, well,
I saw this video that was like, if you're not willing to kill your own animals, you shouldn't eat them. And I'm like, why are you encouraging more people to go out there and kill animals? Do you know what I mean? Like, because trust me, a lot of people think that they couldn't. Then they'd see a nice burger and they'd be like, you know what? I can handle it.
Yeah. The only thing is you probably don't want to do pork, but we won't get into that on the podcast.
All right. Sounds
because
good.
it's no, trust me, it doesn't sound nice. That's why you don't want to do it. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's really strange. We try to eat as healthy as we can, but unfortunately, especially with how everything is nowadays, you're literally
right up chickens.
Yeah. Well, you're paying almost double for some of the organic stuff or this or that, right? And realistically, in the first place, it should be organic, but people change all the time, and they're always changing the food system. So
So do you go up and tell Christy, like, hey, Christy, no roided up chickens? You know, like, look on the package. It should say roid free.
roid free.
Did not have testosterone gummies in the
big circle with a line through it where it says roids.
Okay, and here's a little slightly diverging topic. I still don't understand why we don't allow people to take steroids, like athletes. Because I obviously think that if you're taking steroids and everyone else isn't, like, that's not fair. But why not just let them all take steroids? I mean, we let them do pretty much everything else. Take vitamins, take proteins. And, you know, you can obviously get other advantages by eating different foods and stuff like that. So, you know, just let them take steroids. Could you imagine the games we'd see? Like Brady all roided up. Somebody just tries to pull him down and he's just like, no! Just throws him across the field.
No, but remember though, he may throw them across, or he may try to, but those people would probably be roided up too.
Oh yeah, it might not end well for him actually, now that I think about it. They'd be like, oh my gosh, Brady just flew up into the stands. You know, like,
especially the linemen. Man, those boys are pretty big as it is. Just think you start riding them up.
He just got pitched in like a baseball to the stands, you know, like somebody caught him and now gets to keep him, you know.
Well, you know,
Tom Brady when I was at what's the Patriots field called? Fox Stadium.
Bye Brady Stadium.
Oh no, I forgot he plays for the Buccaneers now.
Because like at 375, like, you know, 350 to 400 pounds, which some of these linemen are, if they're all roided up too, holy jeez.
Oh, but come on, bro, they're already roided up. Like, I'm sure that they're already roided up. But no, yeah, imagine if it was legal and they could just do it openly. Like, it probably wouldn't end well at the end of the day. Like, especially in sports like football, or just imagine MMA, right? Like, you definitely get some guys like just going.
Well, you wouldn't want that because of like with the amount of aggression that a lot of these roids can cause you, especially if you're MMA and you don't have a clear enough head and you just go, you know, you have roid rage, you're gonna kill the guy.
Well, no, that's why there's a referee.
Okay, haven't you seen some of those referees getting thrown around like nothing?
Then you get thrown out of the league.
Yeah, but at the time, well, no. See, it's fine after the fact.
Like, the fight is trying to be stopped, and he just steps in the way, and the guy just goes, "No!" and he just throws him out of the way.
Well, they do that in WWE all the time.
Joe Rogan be like, "Oh my gosh, you just threw the referee out of the way! Oh my gosh, he's hurt bad. Herb Dean is hurt bad here." You know, like,
One person I'd love to see announcing that would be Scotty Farrell.
No, you know who does a really good job? Snoop Dogg. He's like, man, no, it's hilarious. There's this video. He goes, man, this guy's getting beat so bad. Looks like there's two people hitting him. That's how bad he's getting beat. It's like there's two people fighting against one here. And then he's like, I think this is over here, right here. He's like, yep, it's over, man. If it's not over, it should be over, man. What is this dude doing to him? Man, just have some. What did he say? Have some mercy, man.
Oh, Snoop Dogg's hilarious when he was talking over. I think it was Planet Earth. He was narrating some Planet Earth stuff, and it was
he doing like the David Attenborough type bit?
Yeah. And it's like, damn, look at that alligator. It's going crazy.
I mean, nature is crazy out there, man. Like,
he's hilarious.
These crazy videos of like how much stronger. Like, just think about this. A chimpanzee has like the strength of like 3 guys, right? Or 4 guys or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's more than 1 guy, right? Imagine you get 3 of them. Like, they start beating you up. You know what I mean? That's like you're getting jumped by 15 dudes right there. Just bam, that, you know? What would you do if you got jumped by 15 guys? Nothing, you know? Like,
You
you're
can't
going
do
down.
anything. Yeah.
Right. So what are you going to do if chimpanzees get you? Or
Well,
lions.
but like, so some of the people that do have
Well, they
those
are pretty
little,
cool.
but this like the servant monkeys, I think they call them like, this is the cappuccino monkeys or whatever they call themselves.
Do they make an
Uh,
espresso for you? They replace
exactly.
baristas at Starbucks?
I'm not going down that road.
Oh my God, no. But it's just crazy to me because this thing, no, here's the thing though.
No,
That's my point that
but
I'm making, right? Is like you've got this monkey that maybe it serves you, right? But it also has the potential to like literally lose
well,
its
no,
mind.
well, no. That's what I'm saying is that there's been multiple cases where like one of them killed the lady that it was helping because it got angry at her and it literally killed her. It like picked up a sharp object and pretty much stabbed her to death.
See, I don't even
And
think it needs a sharp object though. I think it
well,
literally just rip
no.
the arms out of your sockets.
Oh, they can, but and go crazy. But and then one of the neighbors saw her, and so they called the cop. And the cop tried to go in and intervene, and of course the monkey started chasing him, and he ran into the car, and it was ripping the rubber off the tires. So another officer had to come to the scene, go outside, and then unfortunately euthanize the animal. But it's like
Dude,
the
that's
cop couldn't even handle them.
yeah, that's not something. If I was a police officer and they called me like, "What's going on?" They're like, "We have a monkey on the attack. It's ripping the tires off of a car." I'd be like, "Count me out." I'm not there. Like I'm not anything here. I'm not anywhere nearby. No, like, sir, you have to go or you'd be fired. I'll go back to the station and turn in my badge. Like I'm not going near a monkey that's ripping off the tires off of a car.
Like it's just crazy. And I remember just listening to that and going, like, man, what kind of thing would that be? Not to mention, how much laughter you'd get around the station. Got caught in your car by a monkey.
I mean, okay, yeah, okay, it might be funny, like you hear it, right? But you're not there, man. Think about how scared you'd be if this thing starts ripping the tires off of your car. Like,
Oh yeah, like
why can't you just pull out? Just pull away.
Well, that's kind of what I thought. I was like, hey, why don't you just drive, like, run it over? Or
Maybe you threatened him. He's like, "You better not, man." Like,
wagging its finger at him.
flipped him off,
Well, or you think that you'd be able to, roll down your window just a little bit or do it through the glass, a couple shots and away you go. But
no, dude, no. Imagine hit it. How much more angry it's gonna be.
Dude, it's ripping apart your tire. How much angrier can it get?
Okay, but now it can reach in through the window and rip your head off.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, you only do it enough to put the barrel through. Oh, jeez.
I like monkeys. I can watch them at the zoo, or I mean, I can't even watch them, but I can, people describe them. But I don't think I could ever have one at my house or anything like that. I think this is why you leave wildlife alone. Okay, you've got dogs, you've got cats. They're domesticated. They might love you, but like this is why you just leave wildlife alone. Just let it be. Don't bother them. They'll settle their own disputes amongst themselves.
Yeah, no, I'm totally okay with just the domestic. Now,
Yeah.
a miniature seeing eye horse may be interesting, but
No. Well, I heard they're pretty cool, and they live like 40 years, but I just don't like the idea of having a horse. Like, imagine you draw so much attention now with a dog. How much attention are you going to draw with a horse?
yeah, but think about it. It'd be so much easier. Like, if you didn't know and you needed to go through, like, the snow or something, you could just ride it home.
I don't think you can ride a miniature horse, bro. They're only like 100 pounds.
Yeah, but depending on how much you weigh.
I don't weigh enough so that I can ride a miniature horse.
A mini chariot.
Maybe you can pull a wagon having me in it, but I can't ride it.
Yeah. No,
Isn't that what a car is? It's just pulled by virtual horses.
well, it's got horsepower, right?
Right.
There you go. 130 horses are pulling me
So
this.
here's the question. When they're, now that robots are taking everything's job, are they going to take dogs' jobs? And are we still going to call them like guide dogs, even though they're not dogs? Just like we still say horsepower, even though the car and the horse have been divorced for literally almost 100 years, more than 100 years.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but man, looking at some of those, like, I think is it General Dynamics? I think they're the ones that are making these like military dogs, and they're literally like pack animals, and they are so
So you
cool.
could
They can
ride
hold
that.
like, oh god, dude, they can hold like 350, 400 pounds.
Could you imagine? It'd be great because I could just sit there. Well, I mean, by that point, I would hope that there's driverless cars. So I could just have my driverless car sitting
Oh,
there.
well,
Like, hey, Lauren, I'm coming to pick you up. My car's on the way.
These things can run like 40
not even.
miles.
I could just send my car to get you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Send my car
exactly.
to get you.
But no, I think they were saying like these robots can run like 30 miles per hour right now or something.
Yeah.
And it's just nuts, and literally all you're hearing is just like the whoosh of the hydraulics. So whoosh 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 whoosh. It just runs. And it's just crazy. Now I'd love one of those things. Oh,
Let's work on it. That's our next goal, guys.
a fleet of those for Uber Eats. Literally brings a whole new meaning to DoorDash.
Just run down. There's one of those bots. Get out of its way, John.
Who needs
got to get to its delivery in 2 minutes and it's running late. It'll run you down if you don't get out of the way.
Who needs a drone when you got one of these things? The Amazon delivery dog.
Well, it would just be a drone, wouldn't it?
Well, see, you could do the drone, but you could get these things too because you can't shoot them out of the sky.
Not only that, but I can just imagine that. What if there's a problem with it, like, falling? You know what I mean? Like with the packages? How low would it have to get?
Oh,
because you can't drop a package from like 10 feet up even. I guess that's a really good way to let you know it's there, but like all of a sudden you just hear boom.
Bang!
Right.
Gotta call and hopefully there's no breakables in it.
Right, exactly. All my glass cups arrived damaged. I would like, they're like, we're sorry, that's not our problem. That was the drone's fault. See, that's the question. What's going to happen when algorithms?
They were testing them in Toronto, though. Well, so they were testing them in Toronto for part of these Amazon. Well, they were off-branded drones, but they were what they were doing is they were making these deliveries to people in high-rises, and they were just doing it strictly on their balconies. So they knew somehow. I don't know how they knew it, but somehow they knew exactly what their what their address was, so they knew exactly the proper balcony. And one of the I don't think it was Jeff Bezos. I think it was one of his development teams. He was saying that what they would do is they would just put like a little magnetic beacon on your balcony, and that would be associated with your Amazon package.
Yeah.
And so that they would know right away, okay, it's beacon number 1739, and then so the drone could literally go in, and as it's driving by in your general area, because it'll know your building, it'll go there, and then all of a sudden your beacon will be out, and then it can go right on there, and then it'll send the package right to your balcony. So then you don't have to worry about someone, like a porch pirate. But I guess,
what if you don't have a balcony?
Yeah, well, again, these are for a lot of the people that have the balconies, like for apartment complexes, because most apartments around me, anyways, have all balconies.
Really? That's cool. I love balconies.
So that's definitely one way that they could do it. Now, it would work for really any house, I guess, would work as long as you're putting the beacon on there, and then just kind of where you'd want it. But
yeah,
it was a really smart idea.
Most definitely.
But I definitely would want to get one of those little what do they call them? Like those wave guns where you can literally pop the drones out of the sky. I
Just
think
get a
they call them
super
like
soaker. Maybe that'll get it.
yeah. Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? No, these things look like, well,
Just
they
spray
almost
it
look
and
like a
short it
Nerf
out.
gun. Well, they look like a Nerf gun, and it just shoots sound waves, and I guess it just
What is it
drops
supposed
them
to
out
do?
of the
Like,
sky.
what? Oh, is it literally just to drop drones? Can you do anything else
Yep.
with them?
I don't know, but I know that
Like, if I aim
they're
it at you, what will it do to you?
no. I think it only does like a slight EMP, so it just kind of like drops the drones.
Cool.
Now, even if you soaked it with water, it's not going to do anything because they're going to have to be water resistant or waterproof. Because if they're flying you a parcel and it starts raining, then what?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think it through.
So, but we are at the end of the podcast. So I wanted to thank everybody for watching. This is definitely a true just bantering episode. Please let us know if you like it and you want more of these because we always have a blast doing it. If you want to, you can email us, blindbanter@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Just use Blind Banter and you'll pop up. And we will let you know in the future when the whole Lime Networks in the Limelight Video Contest 2020 is happening. So we can definitely count on your vote. And if you're listening to us on iTunes through the Apple Podcasts, please definitely leave us a reply or a like so that we can have this video for other people and we can definitely hear back from our listeners because, hey, we do it for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, guys.
Perfect. Until next time, stay safe, guys.